What's the deal, collective? Just in case my last live is messed up because somebody decided they got power on the YouTube because they damn sure don't got no control over my mobile. I don't know what they got control over on the internet, but somebody was able to shut my reading down, my live, end my live. So they have control over maybe the YouTube. YouTube, have something with YouTube. YouTube, if you got somebody working for you and you giving somebody control over something, they messing with people's channels. Because they just turned they just ended my live and nobody ended it. You didn't see me reach out to end the live, my last live. You didn't see my hand reach out. So somebody ended my live. Because if you didn't see me go like this, you didn't see my finger come across the camera, my fist to come across the camera to turn it off, that somebody is trying to control my live. So we're going to recap, just in case they wanted to mess up my last live and the message. The cards are still on the table. So just in case, let's do a recap. And let's do a quick recap. I'm just going to name the energies and what's on here. So the upstairs neighbor was the first card that came out when I started the reading. Then the downstairs neighbor came out. Dysfunctional family came out. And an old school friend came out. Community residents. I asked if this downstairs neighbor was somebody I knew. No, they're a stranger. Okay. It says neighbor from the past is involved. So the old school friend is a neighbor from my past. They're a tarot reader, psychic in reverse, and they were spiritually violating me. The upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, and this old school friend and this dysfunctional family all have caught a federal case because they were trying to make me look bad in the public. They were using people in my community to harass me, monitoring energy. I was not experiencing random events. This was targeted. I was a targeted individual and they being exposed. A karmic YouTube readers. We have multiple accounts. So basically the energy that came out on here is that my upstairs neighbor, the downstairs neighbor, and an old school friend all have created multiple accounts and were being tarot reader psychics in the reverse, trying to make me look bad in the public. 2, 3, 4. So the upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, and an old school friend, a bunch of crazy energy vampires that were out of control, caught a federal case, poking around, being nosy, catfish and stalking, and now they got karma. They're going to be binded to this karma. They're going to jail. They caught a federal case because they created many accounts on social media pretending to be me so they could try to make me look bad in the public. And it's the upstairs neighbor, the downstairs neighbor in this building, and an old school friend from my past neighborhood or neighbor. They were doing health spells on me, and now somebody's sick because they backfired. And they thought if they got a group of people to say the same thing and the same lie that they would get away with it. But that's the thing. Don't you ever watch those fucking movies with the detective? And there's a group of people that committed a crime together and they all say the same story, same line, same thing, word for word, like a script. That's exactly what you did. And a real detective, a real good cop is going to read between the lines. All these people are saying the same thing. Same script. Same words, but word by word verbatim. This is how you got caught. Because you gave somebody a script. Here you go. This is what you're going to say. If police come to you, if this comes to you, if this person comes to you, this is what you're going to say. Here, read this script on this line and say this. When this person says this is why. Because y'all all had the same line, same response. We got behind this a hidden court case going on behind the scenes and my name is involved. And they using dirty cops to try to place false evidence in my home. Yeah, let's hope that that person that came into my house the other day that was supposedly doing some type of paint inspection for lead, They better have been a lead paint person and not been no fucking dirty cop in my energy, in my home, trying to place nothing in my house. Because he said he had to open one closet, he opened all three. He passed by my altar and he sneezed 3 times. And that fucking statement that he said when he came in, that most people find him a little dark. And he had mad beads and shit on his arms. And he was Indian. He was Western, I don't want to say West Indian, but he was Indian. You know, with the beads and the red dot type Indian in the forehead, that type of Indian. So they are very spiritual. I think they believe in that Kali energy, the Buddha energy, not Buddhist, but like that Kali energy is, I think, that Indian spirit. That's a dark energy. Dark, not demonic. Hey. So collective, these people, my upstairs neighbor, my downstairs neighbor, and this old school friend is getting exposed for the ones that were being copycat energies, being karmic YouTube readers. And now they caught themselves a federal case because now they're being exposed. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty on who exactly is being a copycat and who's the copycat. And the upstairs neighbor, the downstairs neighbor, and the old school friend from my past are the ones that are creating multiple accounts, being fake YouTube readers, and pretending to be me. Yeah. You wanted to see what to take. You want to see what to take for what. And if you need any assistance, I do not provide, no offense, but I do not provide free assistance, but it depends on what you're asking. It might be free assistance I can provide you with. What you're saying, what to take for what? What are you looking for? Go ahead, ask your question. What is it that you're trying to take? Oh well. Collective, we're gonna end the day. I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna continue. But I'm going to pick up the cards and I'm going to read them one more time in the order that they came out. And then we're going to end the reading. So we're going to get the whole story just in case my video reading is messed up, the first one. Just in case. Just in case. We're going to make sure we get all the message that came out here in this video. So they could still be exposed. Just in case they mess with that last one. Right? Just in case. We want to clean this table up. Because collective, these people are crazy. very crazy. Okie dokie. Let's get all the messages that we got here. Anyway, these are not in order, but it's okay. So, collective, let's read this one more time, just in case my last live is messed up. We got the upstairs neighbors, not for sale. So, the upstairs neighbors had me on sale, were trying to sell me, okay, out of revenge. And now they losing their sight. This dysfunctional family is out of control. They caught a federal case because they stuck in the rut for being a spiritual slut, for wanting revenge on me. And someone thought they were big and bad, and someone was on their high horse, and now they're feeling like a jackass, and they're losing the sight. Because they did not come correct in my energy, they shouldn't have came at all. These crazy energy vampires that was trying to make me look bad in public, was an abusive relationship. Well, they could have been saying that I'm in an abusive relationship. Okay, this one trick pony ran out of tricks, and now they sick, and they did something in the past with a downstairs neighbor, and now they in the trap house. Something about to happen next month with somebody's health. They got health issues, and they being humbled. Somebody that's having a midlife crisis and unfulfilled goals. They unprotected. They were out here twisting stories. An old school friend, they're getting evicted. They're getting exposed. Confirmation is coming soon. They're catfishing and stalking. There's no love manipulator. They not royal blood. This murder plot in the reverse. Now they're the ones sick, ill, and injured because the energy has been returned. Confirmation belch. They were trying to blackmail me, but I did not fall for the trap. In this community residence, it's being no walking around, and they're getting karma. They're binded to this karma. Yeah, because I trusted the process. And now I'm getting everything new. I'm going to prepare. And this shallow, superficial person is sick. This backstabber is getting stabbed in the back. The energy is being returned. Now they're going insane and they're mentally delusional. This copycat wannabe that thought they were going to make me fall for some type of trap exposed community residents for breaking and entering into my home. Now the enemies will be in deep regret for playing in my energy. They're the ones that have multiple accounts, catfishing karma, stalking me from multiple accounts as well. Somebody could have been trying to take flight and they're unable to leave. This is not somebody that's a god, a goddess, or a star. Unwantedly touching me. Tarot reader psychics in the reverse. Spiritual violation. They're going to have a difficult time ahead. They were warned. And they should have known better. That this Truman show is over and it's time to exit the matrix. And like I said, everything they did was for fucking money. Trying to be a dream stealer. I was not experiencing random harassment. This was a calculated, coordinated efforts and instilled fear and relentless stalking. So this was organized crime and harassment. And the magic that they sending to me is unpure, unclean. It's nasty. There's some hidden court case going on behind the scenes and my name is involved. They were using people in my community or workplace to stalk and harass me, monitoring energy. A karmic community of tarot readers in copycat energy can even use their own wording. Now they're suffocating and they're feeling confined and caged in and under pressure because everything is malfunctioning. Yeah, a neighbor energy from the past is involved. Trying to make me sick. Them black magic attacks about to give them a heart attack. Return to sender health spells and going back. It said what they did in the darkness just lit my path even brighter. Because God ain't sleep. Divine timing loading heavy. They're also using dirty cops to try to place false evidence on me or in my home. They attempting to break and enter in my premise. They attempted to break and enter in my premises through a window or fire escape or a patio entrance. They were caught on camera or a witness saw. Investigators are discovering the truth behind all the lies told and they're astonished. They thought that if they made their hate group bigger, the lies would stick a hiccup in their plan. It says, you ain't cursed, you're chosen. So I'm not cursed, I'm chosen. That's why they bothered. This is somebody that mumbles under their breath, smiles in the face while watching my every move and like a TV show. It says this coven chick this is a coven chick that everybody gets a lick. She's a chick. Confirmation with the sirens. This is somebody that's a hoe. That right after I said there was a hoe, that's when my reading, somebody ended my reading. Somebody didn't like that they a fucking hoe. Everybody a community hoe. You gonna end my reading again, bitch? You're a community dick, community hoe. Everybody gets a lick of you. You ain't nothing fucking special. Jealous because God made me blessed with beauty, brains, and brilliance, and they're mad and they're in their feelings. And they were so desperate to win in the industry that they wanted to come up from my downfall. You're a hoe. They ain't nothing pure. This is why you unclean. It says, the magic you're doing is unclean. The magic is weak because their heart is impure, nasty, and unclean. You're an unclean person. You're a hoe. So you got mad and you decided to end my reading because you in your ear feeling? So collective, that was a recap of my last live, just in case my last live was fucked up, because the last time they did this to my live, the reading disappeared on my channel. The reading was nowhere to be found. And you know what reading it was? It was a reading on my upstairs neighbor. How ironic is that? How my upstairs neighbor, the last reading that magically got shut off like this last one, is I can't find it on my channel, and it was about my upstairs neighbor. So my upstairs neighbors are the copycats. My upstairs neighbors are the ones creating multiple accounts and watching me from multiple accounts, and they're pretending to be me to try to make me look bad in the public eye. Upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, and an old school friend. A neighbor from my past community. You get exposed. You're going to continue to get exposed. I don't know why you think you're going to hide anything from my energy, because you're not. So, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all unprotected and y'all cannot hide. And more stuff is getting more and more detailed on what part that you're playing at this point. This is what's happening. Is getting detailed to the part that you actually are playing. And the part that my upstairs neighbors is playing, where they were spiritual, they were supposed to be my spiritual hitman. They were supposed to be spiritual, they were supposed to be neighbor harassers and copycat energies. There's a lot of stuff that you were doing. You can't keep up. I do a lot. What you copying? So you only copying the tarot reading. If you're going to be like me, you're going to be a copycat. You got to be a copycat in every way, shape, or form, baby. And my upstairs neighbors cannot be me. That's a whole man. He a whole light skin, and you cannot be me. You using AI? That's what I just heard. He's using AI, collective. An AI image of me. They created multiple accounts, copying me using an AI image of me or AI videos. Copy my voice, using my picture and bringing the picture to life. Oh, well, I guess you're going to prison, because you're not going to jail. You're going to prison. And you ain't never getting out. Anyway, collective, peace out. That's the end of this reading. I'm not even going to get into, I'm not going to keep on going because I already recapped the reading. But yeah, I just did this as a backup just in case my last live was damaged, because they want to try to shut it down because they didn't like that I called the bitch a hoe, because they a hoe. It's the truth. It's what came out in the cards. I'm only reading what came out in the cards. You can't be mad. You can't be mad. It literally says, the coven chick, everybody gets a lick. She getting the train ran on her. I'm only reading the card, man. You can't be mad. So, collective, peace out. I'll talk to y'all later.